Hey guys, Strike here, back again with another video. Day 13 of Project Tomb Kings. My completed Tomb Kings force displayed for you in a showcase of the immortals. No, well, they are kind of immortal. Undead immortals. Their spirits live on like those dead warriors of Lord of the Rings who are living for eternity until they got to fight again with Aragon. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into the showcase of my Tomb Kings, which I've completed in less than 2 weeks. Well, most of the core army, which is the Chariots, the Archers. If you've been watching the Swordboard Warriors, the 24 of them, the Horsemen Cavalry, including the Bowmen Cavalry. Horsemen Archers, that is. And the rest of them, the Catapults, the Casket of Souls, and, Souls! And the 2 Sphinxes I completed other days. So, combined maybe half a month of work, which is, it's not too much of a time. It just shows, like any army, you can, if you dedicate the time, you can finish it in short time and get into another project. So where should I start? I'll start over on the left side and move to the right, just like those side-scrolling video games that we all play and know and love, or a lot of us play, like Super Mario World. So anyways, Super Mario for NES. So anyways, let's get back into, let's get a close look at my Horsemen Cavalry and their Horsemen Archer brethren, which I'm going to use as a scouting kind of troop, redirectors. Oh, by the way, this whole force is 3,000 points, but I also, taking a few things out like the Horsemen Cavalry and some other stuff, I can make 2,500. But anyways, yeah, my Horsemen Cavalry, pretty simple, you know. Most of their bodies were, for these guys, were just the Shopty bone and other colors, and then only the shields were purple and their spears were bronze. The Horsemen Archers are another thing. They're a bit harder because they had the headdresses, but that's just the way I wanted them to look, as opposed to these guys who don't have the headdresses. My piece de la resistance, one of them, that is, in this army, well, the main one, is the Necrotect. I converted him after finding a Necrotect conversion online, and that guy used the Moloch tail, and then he converted the top, and I don't know, the Colossus, is it? Necro something Colossus has the scales and the staff. There's a lot of conversions on them, but I just decided to just use the Necrotect regular kind of, what are those, scything blades, wrist blades, Katars. I don't know, I don't think they're Katars, they're just wrist blades, but something similar to Katar, which is like a blade wrapped around your wrist, and you don't have to hold the thing necessarily. Well, kind of, but yeah, it just reminds me of the Diablo 3 D2 assassin, and the Diablo 3 monk uses kind of like those kind of weapons too, I believe, like the wrist weapons. So yeah, this guy is going to be in my 3,000 point army. He is a force to be reckoned with, and I think he looks pretty killer. It's black and red and bronze and silver. He was one of the guys I painted previous to this Tomb King project of September. My 2 Catapults, you might notice a little difference between them. This guy, and this one, the arm is up, and there's a bird on top, a vulture, a dead vulture. I forgot what the Carrion. maybe a baby carry-on. The other one doesn't have the carry-on in it, and it has the arm is down and slanted to the left. I don't know what happened there. It must have, when I was storing it, just shifted and all. And it has the pile of skulls in it. I think these are really useful. They have flaming attacks and they can cause you to take a panic test. So these are going to be good in those low to leadership armies. My Casket of Souls! Vol SC reference, if you guys know, he was the original, I would say the original battle reporter. He does other stuff now. I don't know what he does now. War Machine, Hordes, I think. And he was really, really a cool battle reporter back in 7th edition. Yeah, so if you haven't checked out his videos, Vol SC, he played Tomb Kings and High Elves and had some cool tactics, but unfortunately he didn't really get into 8th. The Herald in the back, aka / Lich Priest, which is going to have a terror mask, and I only have 2.5 minutes. I wonder if we can fit all these guys in. So yeah, maybe I'll speed this up a bit, but I either going to use them as like a terror bomb, even though terror isn't as big in 8th, or as a extra Lich Priest in my army with the mask being used for the signature light Lord of Light spell. I forgot the name of that. I have 2 hordes of 28 archers, and then I put my 2 characters in them. Light's not as great right now, so I'm going to try my best to show you guys. So my Tomb King and the Prince is going to be in one. Tomb King is going to be kitted out for defense. Tomb Prince has a great weapon, just like the other Tomb Prince and the other archer unit, and they are going to be just bodyguards for the other characters like the Tomb King, and this one has a high leech piece on the end. And I can't wait to get the Nagash book so I can implement the rules that they have marching 18 within the general's presence, and you know, not having to be stuck with the Tomb King's lore. 24 sword board with 1 Necrotect in it. I'm going to use the Necrotect to march along the Sphinxes and hopefully get that regen, help use him to have regen on this guy. And I only have a minute left, so that's the amount of memory I have on the card, so 40 seconds. So this is a Warsphinx. It's pretty cool, you know, he's that flaming attack and venom sting, just like the venom sting like the Necrosphinx. And then last but not least are the Chariots, which are signature of the Tomb King's armies. They can be in the units like this, with 1 rank being 3, just like monstrous cavalry, monstrous creatures, or whatever they're called. And yeah, they'll be charging along one of these other units. So yeah, thanks for joining me on my journey finishing Tomb Kings. I have some more armies, and I'll see you guys in the next one, because this is pretty much over after 1 second.